overcast, but you still gotta shine. This is your morning marijuana motivation time. So I don't have any marijuana for like a week now. Very sober for Saint's addiction. But I am traveling and probably smoking too many cigarettes because that's just what the oral fixation. But this morning motivation, I wanted to let everybody know, don't fly Wizz. Wizz Air fucked me for 44 British pounds, which was a $60 highway robbery. When I fucking first came, I was in 12 hours early to check in. They told me I was too early for check-in, and then when I came ready to check in, the girl said be back here at 8:30. I was there at 8:30 on the dot, and they told me that I'd missed my opportunity for checking in online, which I thought was a fictitious fee. And I looked it up, and it turns out it is. These check-in fees are a fucking joke, just like Spirit Airlines, Wizz Airlines, Ryanair, all these discount fucking airlines. You got to watch out for them. Your boy Marky Saint giving travel tips, Travel by Saint. So I get there. Now, mind you, I had fucking got 6 cans to recycle and finally drummed up enough to just have some spend-in money so I can go around just in case I needed things. And they straight highway robbed my ass at the last minute. Go like, if you don't got it, you're not getting on this flight. And by the way, I just been extradited, I should say, or deported, or I'm not allowed in the Schengen area for the next 3 years. They literally took my passport. I couldn't even fucking go anywhere. They like, you need to find a flight out or we're sending you back to America, right? It was one of those things. And I was just like, holy shit, I'm catching up to my team. And a sec.ai, I've got my boy Mass inside. And I'm like, no, hell no, bro. I got to get to these flights. Not only did you make me miss my flight with the paperwork, but now I got to book another emergency ticket, which was $200. So they took my last $200, and then they took my last spending cash of $45. Luckily, a nice gentleman was right there at the end. And I'm like, here, take my 45 euros, which isn't the same as 44 British pounds. But I gave it straight to him, and he swiped for me, and I got in it because obviously I'm here in Vietnam. By the way, I see people almost lose their lives every day. If you want to check out this traffic, you can see Vietnam is fucking crazy with the amount of traffic and things. You can see everybody kind of piling up over here. They're going to take their left over here. Now, there's another street on this side that they're going to take a left over here. Damn near everybody almost loses their life every time the street changes. Here we go. We got about another minute, 60 seconds here before it switches. But every time these guys go, you can see the traffic piling up, especially with the cars. Let me zoom in. Coming this way, you're gonna witness almost like, I don't know, 11 deaths when this thing changes. We got about 47 seconds right there. But when all these guys come this way, you're gonna see people go around and in front of a bunch of different fucking vehicles, and it's fucking scary. So I'm just looking at it. Gonna burn Wizz Airlines because all these cheap discount airlines have fucking hidden fees and some check-ins, and it's all bullshit because you already checked in when you bought the damn thing. Right here, these people are waiting too. But man alive, did they just highway rob me? Luckily, not luckily, I live a blessed life. I love my life. I'm a successful stoner. I don't have that much money, but what I do have has been given to me by friends. Send me 25 bucks. Even my bank lady sent me $40. What's up, folk? What up, man? Hey, look at all this shit. Thank you for the thumbs up. And this is what happens every day. Watch. Wait for it. We're going to watch this whole thing. We're going to see about 12 accidents. See, look, someone's already coming in incoming traffic. Oh my God. The chaos of this. Oh my God, bro. Look. Oh my God. I told you. Oh, wait. And when the cars come too, bro. Look, they go behind, they go left. This is a whole fucking thing going on right now. I literally see people's lives flashing before my eyes. It's really happening. Around, over, through, you name it. These guys will do anything just to get a left-hand turn. And this is right from my balcony. I watch about, 11 lives flash before my eyes every morning, every 60 seconds. Every minute there's just like something going on. Jesus. So yeah, my morning motivation this morning is just to tell you to not fly Wizz Air and believe in abundance, because it's always going to happen where you least expect it, right? Like, it's going to be one of those things where you don't know where your blessings are going to come from, but you know where your belief comes from. It comes from the inside, and that's what's the most important thing, to be like, I am loved, I am safe, and everything's going to be all right, are my 3 mantras. But it's also one of those things that you have to preach to yourself and actually believe. A lot of us have disbelief. We'll put as much energy into our disbelief than we do what we actually believe. And then it counteracts and unbalances ourselves of like, well, I get stressed, or hectic things happen, and things happen, right? Like, that's just life, right? Bullshit happens, limiting snippets of events. It's just like Murphy's Law, you know, it's what can happen will happen, right? But it's the way we roll with the punches, rolling up them punches, baby, that determines our outcome. A lot of us, we're so scared to, that fearful of, I'm gonna run out of money, or what's gonna happen to me when I'm there, or if I don't have everything predicted in an itinerary, things will go badly. And the point of it is like, that is what you want. You want things to show you what you're made out of. You want things to push you further than you thought you could, and also give you confidence because you tested yourself. A lot of people say, I want to be confident, but they don't want to go through any endurance sports, the book Endure, when I went through South Korean prison, to see what you're made out of, right? So you actually have to go through something to know you can grow through something. And it's important to know that you can grow. And it's a painful process to grow. Even when I look at all these cans and shit, Jesus, look at this. But it's important to grow. Just like the plants, you know, you got to come up through the mud. I get it out the mud. Yeah. And the airplanes are right there. I walked to the airport, picked up Mass yesterday. Let me show him off. Mass, you're in on the live. You're getting in here things too. Look at that, team Intersect.ai, baby. You don't even know. We're all meeting up. But the point was,
not tomorrow, but the day after.
yeah, you're about to, we're 2/3 of the way there, bro. We got 2/3 forming like Voltron. But the point is that it's through the resistance that you get like calluses, and you get the strength to endure things and actually see what you're really made out of. And a lot of people they say, don't pray for an easy life. That's me, a successful stoner. That's my shirt. That's your Bruce Lee quote, is don't pray for an easy life. You want a life that challenges you. You know, when my friends are waking up this morning and I'm showing them all my videos and stuff, they're like, they look like on a great adventure. And I said, life is the adventure. You're supposed to go out and live your life and see what you're really made out of. If I wasn't through a lot of different things, I remember one time, I was fucked without any money. None. I swiped a card, didn't work. Swipe another card, didn't work. The chick's like, you got to pay for this bag, blah, blah, blah. I think it was Ryanair or something like that. And the gentleman behind me, like, how much is this, dude? He's like, $10. He had $50. He paid for my shit. He's like, I need my time. I need to get on this plane. like $10, get out of my way, bro. I am also in a way. And he paid for my shit. It was a blessing from a stranger that I'll never meet again. And I think about the lady that helped me the other time. She was right. I actually ended up keeping 10 euros in my pocket. I had it on my card, but my card wasn't working in Finland. And she was like, you know, sometimes you got to help a fellow human being. The lady at the checkout paid for my groceries.
That's nice of her.
Nice of her, bro. Like, whoever does that shit, like €7.38. I'll never forget. And I was like, I'll get you back. She's like, we will never meet again. And she was right. I kept looking in the check-in aisles and I never saw her again, bro. And I was like, I kept €10 just to pay her back. And I wanted to buy her some chocolates and just thank her for being so kind. But she was right. I think it was like her last day working there or something. I never saw her again. And she actually busted out her purse, reached out here and swiped me for groceries. So it's like these blind blessings, I guess I would call it a blind blessing. I don't want to use that as a term, but it's a blind blessing that, you know, I listen to it at night. I don't know if you've ever listened to, what's his name? Nelson. What's his name? Fucking, I'll show you because I'll just do it. I listen to him almost every night. Such an amazing person to listen to if you don't already have YouTube. He's, I think he's dead now. Neville Goddard. That's his name, Neville Goddard. And I listen to these videos and he's like, I'm already there, you know, like the blessings are already on the way. And here it is. Yeah. Act as if everything's going to work out. Here's your boy, Neville Goddard. Whenever you get a chance, let me skip this ad real quick. But your boy,
desire is already within your reach,
Neville
waiting for
Goddard.
you to claim it. The power that governs the entire universe is not outside of
What's
you,
up,
but
Shuan?
within you. To act as if everything always works out for you is not merely to pretend, it is to live in a state of certainty, and knowing that all you seek is already yours.
That's what I'm talking about.
Close
And
your
he'll
eyes
go
for a
on
moment and
for
picture
like
your ideal life.
hours, you know. I'll
What do
listen
you
to this
see?
at night, and it was pretty powerful. It kept me up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and the day before that, and like even you sitting here right now, bro, like he made it, you know. And it's like, you know, we made a team online, and we didn't even get to meet each other. But then he also came to Finland too, like American tour guide for Finland guy that's from Denmark. You know what I'm saying? Like you got should have got a Finnish tour guide maybe, but you know these things are so powerful to me that you can have dreams that should scare you and should challenge you and push you further than you ever thought you could go. It's one of those things that boldly go where no man gone before. It's a Star Wars or Star Trek episode. That's what they say, boldly go. But when you are intrepid, that's what I've been told multiple times, brave, to be able to test your own life and see what you're made out of, then you know that you have true confidence. Then you've actually been battle tested. And most people don't want to go to battle, or they don't want to be tested, but to be battle tested, to be battle hardened and be made out of steel, you're like, yeah, I want to be the man of steel. You got to go through some pounding. You got to go through some heat. You got to go through some fucking some trials and tribulations. And most people are trying to beg for an easy life. They want things to be smooth. They want to know where everything's going. They want the itinerary to stay the same. You know, they don't want anything to go wrong. But first you go right, then you go wrong. You know, first you go in a direction that you thought was where you were boldly going, and then the adventure comes out of it. It's not something that's just predictable, and it's the unpredictableness that makes life worth living. If you knew all the answers, it wouldn't be a test. If you had everything pre-prescribed for you, it wouldn't be any fun. And I even think right now when I'm talking about it, like the Buddha. The Buddha, when he was first born, he was born to a king, he was born rich, and they kept him inside the city walls. Do you know this about Buddha? Yeah, like he never saw death, he never saw sickness, and he nothing ever went wrong. And then when he hopped the fence, because it's India, then he finally saw dead people on the street, and people did get sick, and not everybody was young and pretty. Like he actually saw real life. And that's what I do. I live my real life, and people are like, oh man, that looks like a great adventure. They watch what's the Great Escape? No, it's not. What's the one with the race? What's the race? The one that they go around the world? Was it the Adventure Race? I don't know what the name of that show is. You know what I'm talking about.
We have a Danish one.
Yeah. Everybody has a version of it,
yeah.
but it's the Great Escape or something. Mad Ventures is another one I watched in Finland when this was like 15, 20 years ago. And they would go around, and he would go into Brazil, and he would put a diamond underneath his skin just in case he got stuck. He can get money out of his skin and shit. Like he actually had it sewn underneath. And then they would go to India, and then they would Rochambeau to see who had to jump in the water or eat something weird or something, you know, like that's cow testicles, and you're just like, not me, you know what I mean? Like, but you know, it's one of those things that to say that you've lived, you know, and to look back, you asked earlier today about my videos, and I just look at them like, holy shit, bro. To talk to my friend, and he goes, yeah, I love Kuala Lumpur or Singapore, and it was like, yeah, I was in KL too. What'd you do? And I was like, yeah, bro, I went and did the Bhutan caves. And it's all limestone caves that got carved out, but they put a temple inside of it, and it's just like something from the land before time and shit, you know, like one of those there's a movie too that they do it too with like The Rock and Chris Rock, or not The Rock, and what's the other short guy? Kevin Hart were in it. You know what I mean? Do you know? It's like the Jumanji 2, I think it is, right? The new Jumanji.
Yeah.
It's like something like that.
But
But there was an old movie too. I'm missing out on that too, where they went the land before time. I think it was where they went underneath the earth and they found a new earth and there was dinosaurs still.
Oh yeah.
That movie, something like that. It's like finding things that you just didn't think were even possible. You don't know what's possible. I'm possible is inside of impossible, so it's literally spelled the same, but most people take it on as that's impossible. And it's like, maybe for you it's impossible, but I'm possible. All my dreams are possible. They're supposed to scare me that I can make a team across the world and have all these guys in different hemispheres, and that our whole team never sleeps, and that everybody can get their 8 hours and work on something. Then you get a full 24 hours. I don't have a full 24 hours. That ain't happening. You know what I mean? Like, I have to shit, I have to sleep. All of us do. We need that things. But to have somebody like a magic elves at night fixing your shoes, you know, and you wake up and it's like, oh, the shoes, it's like magic. That's a fairy tale. You want to live your fairy tale. You want to live a life. I think most people stay disillusioned. Like they go, women, how often do you think about your wedding? They're like, every day. I hop on Pinterest. I know the wedding ring. I know the bridesmaid. Yeah, find the guy first. They think about the party, not the relationship. And we live in that fairy tale land instead of it's always the destination instead of the journey and what it takes you through to become who you are, you know, and that's what it is. It's a building blocks, and they say kings are built with the rocks thrown at them. You build your castle with those rocks.
That's actually the reason why I love Lord of the Rings so much.
Yeah.
Because I think it illustrates the journey and how important it is enjoying the journey. Because for anybody that watched it, you know the part of actually completing and throwing the ring into the volcano takes about 5 minutes of 10 hours of movement. And think about what happens to Frodo once the ring is thrown in. You don't want to live anymore.
Yeah.
You don't want to be here.
Yeah.
So enjoy your journey, because if it's only the destination. Once you reach the destination, what is there to do?
Yeah.
Like, life is fun.
That's what we did.
And
we just had this conversation before this. We were talking about investments and how people would park themselves in front of like cryptocurrency, but they never live. They put their hoodie on, they grind down, they're in a dark room, there's no girls, there's no light, there's no love, and then they're just stuck, bro. They're stuck on it. Sure, you got all the money, but now you're not living.
Right, you don't want to sell it because it's gonna. You believe it's gonna go up.
Married to the computer.
You're not even spend the money you have because you're afraid of it going up.
And you're married to a computer instead of a real woman and having real interest and having risk. The girl was on the dating app. She had a guy. It was perfect guy. He walked in, took her breath away, had great conversations. We should do this again. She goes, if he doesn't contact me in 24 hours, that's it. I'm cutting him off. Well, look at your face. Like, what the fuck? And then she ended up talking to her psychologist, and the psychologist said, hey, that's a self-protection mechanism. You're trying to not get hurt, but you actually have to risk something to get real love. Most people don't want to be vulnerable. They don't want to be in a position where, everything you want is on the other side of fear. They don't want to be anywhere near fear. That's why I always say, I'll see you on the other side. It's like the other side of the world, the other side of your excuses, and the other side of fear, because that's what everything we want's on the other side of fear. Like when we were on that train that day, I was like, I want to talk to girls. I'm nervous to talk to hot chicks, but it's in my nerves that I muster it up inside of me, just like anybody else. And like, I don't know her, she doesn't know me. There's a chance of rejection. Things might not go my way, but things could go my way. You know what I mean?
Won't go your way if you don't do it.
Yeah, and for sure, the shots you don't take. But I'm always impressed by, man, she was nice. You know, the other day I saw some really pretty girls in the international thing in Turkey, and I was going through the wrong area. It was for the Turkish citizens. Like you said, you have different passports and stuff. Yeah. I'm obviously not Turkish, but maybe not obviously. But I don't have where's the passport? You know what I mean? But the girl was really pretty and really nice at the same time. She's like, oh no, this is for the Turkish area. And I'm like, what's your phone number? You know what I mean? Like, fuck this whole thing.
Let's get married. I'm gonna
right? Pocket full of wedding rings. You know, like it was the other side of those things. So, you know, don't pray for an easy life. Go after things that you really want. Do things that scare you. Boldly go. These things are exciting. How's your first day? This is your first full day, huh? In Vietnam. Yeah. I just picked him up last night from the airport. He's having a full experience. He's already walked here 3 kilometers, slipped a little bit, almost got hit, you know what I mean? But now you have a story to tell. It's not boring anymore. So you can sit in your predictability and stay bored. You can be like, I already played this video game. I already know what this book ends like. And you already know your stories and your punchlines. But it's the adventure of saying, I don't know. And I'm okay with not knowing. Everything else is like maybe like a test going to school. It's not cool if you don't know anything. You know what I mean? Like you want to kind of know the answer 2 + 2. But it's the fun stuff of just going like the curious questions, staying curious and staying excited about life and going like, hey, let's go to this restaurant. Let's go to that restaurant. And then we sat next to some dudes and we had a good time. Like we didn't know them from Jack to Slim.
We couldn't even speak with them.
Yeah, and then now they're doing the chin chin and making him down all his beers. And he's like, is everybody like this? And I'm like, yeah, bro, they're going to try to get you wasted.
I was like, Jesus.
Welcome to Vietnam moment. You need a welcome to Vietnam moment.
I've been there for like 3 hours and I was already very welcome.
But in my head, you're not even here 24 hours yet. This is near full 24 hours. He hasn't even been in this country full 24 hours. His first time in Vietnam, first time in Southeast Asia. And if I would have fucking Wizz Air would have blocked me, I wouldn't have got to meet up with you guys and would have fucked this all up. So, you know, you gotta be the type of person that if it's an inkling, and then I really say this too, like, and I'll tell you too, if you have the second look like a ladyboy, trust your instincts, right? If you do one of those, you know, like trust your instincts. That shit's real, bro. That shit's real. Like,
Too scary because like half of the chicks have dicks. The other half, they seem like they will cut you off if you look at the girl wrong.
They'll keep yours.
Yeah, that's
They wanted some penis envy. Penis envy's going on, but you know, it's one of these things that it's. I'm glad you came, bro. Honestly, it's one of those things, bro. Like, you know, and thank you for joining the team. Thank you for taking the chance. I met this guy online because we were in a networking group. Alex Hitt, I'll give you a shout out. And he's also traveling now too. He packed it all up. Yeah, he's all over Southeast Asia with his girl doing good. But it was one of those things where it was like you were on top of the world. I'll never forget. I was talking to you. He was in Morocco screaming Allah Akbar at the top of the mountain. And it's one of those things where he was like, you know, you don't get to scream Allah Akbar. I'm sure you don't even know how to spell it, right? You know what I mean?
And it's like a double L, and then I don't know the rest.
I don't know how to spell it either. But my point is to do things that excite you. You know, one of my favorite memories is backflipping off of an elephant. I backflipped off an elephant in an oasis. Yeah, we were in there, and that's where I Love My Life came from. Me screaming at the top of my lungs when I came up out of the water. I'm just like, I love my life! Like, fuck yeah, dude! Like, this is a trip. For a guy that was depressed, suicidal, overweight, I don't love my life that much. You know what I mean? I'm doing too much masturbation. I'm staying at home alone, and I'm not doing anything that was meant for me. Instead, I challenged my life and said, fuck it. I'd rather fucking go live before I die than just die, you know, and not have any stories. So you asked me earlier, what was it like watching my own videos and editing them? I'm just like, fuck, I lived. Like, I've forgotten more things than most people do in their lives. That's the honest God's truth. And I'm just like, you know, going to Germany and going to 5 museum islands. There's 5 museums on one island. Like, it was amazing, you know what I mean? And then that Bhutan caves, just amazing. And then you have one on me on the Rome. You got to see the Colosseum. And I still almost got all 7 of the wonders of the world. I still want to see the the pyramids and the Colosseum are my 2 that I still will see. But it unveils it to me. It's not something that's predictable, and I booked it. It was like the Aurora Borealis. Check, life check. It wasn't something, I thought I had to plan that. I thought I had to be there in April. I looked it up, and then you got to be above the Arctic Circle, and then I was going to be above Oulu in Finland, and I've been to Finland like the last 15, well, not the next 3 years. The next 3 years are kind of blocked, you know, but going out of the sauna, we're naked as the day we were born. He's like, Mark, come quick. And I thought it was the smoke. I was kind of already behind him coming out of the sauna because we go run to the lake and jump in. That's another fill your balls, fill your asshole, pucker up.
You feel alive when you jump in that cold water.
Well, that's what it is. What it really funny is like your body, your instincts, your life is telling your life force like, don't go. Like, this is cold as fuck. Then when you get out, all of a sudden it gives you I don't want to call it neurotoxins, but it gives you that. Yeah, like it numbs you. Then all of a sudden you don't feel anything. You feel normal. Your body kicks in and saves you. You know what I mean? Like, these things save us. Like, my friend saved me, and shout out to Mary Beth for sending me money, and people that you don't expect to help. It's a full-on adventure. So you're over there like, I gotta have a job. I gotta have money. I gotta have a plan. And I'm like, that is not traveling. That is not what it is. You are just on a mad venture, going wherever you fucking go. I've been a bartender, a MC bartender in Turkey. Had an instant job there, singing and dancing on top of the fucking bars and entertaining people. That was a job. Didn't think I would have that as a job. You know, I've taught English around the world. It's been fantastic just to see the kids light up and good morning, teacher Mark.
I've actually been told getting an English teacher job here is
done.
You can live pretty well.
Yeah. You can. Yeah.
Like, I met a random Indian guy at the airport that just came up to me because he thought the guy came out the airport.
Yeah.
The guy people watching yesterday, maybe you didn't see him, but he just came up to me like, "How was India?" Oh my God, I didn't go.
Yeah.
And with like kicking
there
having a good conversation.
Yeah.
He was telling how he has a couple of friends. I think one of them was Canadian. He's living down there, has a girlfriend, 2 kids, making $2,000 a month. Down here, you live like a king on $2,000 a month.
Yeah.
You don't need more than that.
Yeah, and but this is what it is. You know the things that we think that we need, right? And the wants and needs start to throw off the imbalances. You know that you like. I need to have 10 grand in the bank. I need to do this and that. When you only have is time. That's what you really have. That's the most precious currency that you got, is what you do with your time. So are you building teams? Or are you living your dreams? Or are you the type of person that's like got to execute a spreadsheet and everything has to be perfect and it has to add up? It doesn't add up. You have to live it. That's the fucking point. So it's always a surprise, you know? What we're gonna have for dinner? Surprised. Our guest next to us? Surprise. And all of that makes life worth living. That's the fun part. That's the exciting part. It's part of the story. It's like a pirate's life for me is like, you know, it's not just because I just sailed. It was smooth sailing the whole way. Didn't have any storms. No, it was the storm you made it through. That's the exciting part and the peak of your story is that part where you're like, dude, you would not believe what just happened. The perfect storm and we made it through. And then at the end, the dolphins came and saved us or something, you know? It's one of those things where you have to go through some things to grow through some things. And that's why it's so important to just keep growing, be ambitious enough and intrepid enough to say, I challenge my life. I challenge it to do something with my time instead of just being existing. I want people to exist more. I want them to go out and explore not only the inside of themselves, but the world and see what it's about, see what they're about. Travel by Saints on Instagram. Just go out there and try to give back to where you go and travel to. That was my whole idea with Travel by Saints, because all we do is we go, like in Brazil, the guys will spend fuck tons of money on kite surfing. It's such an expensive sport, you know, like $500, $1,000, and that's more than most people make in 2 months, 3 months over there, and they just waste it. And I'm like, well, why don't you give an hour of your day once a week, you know, to teach English? You know, give back to the places that's been giving us so much, you know, and not just be somebody that just shows up and rapes their colony and colonizes and what's the word, imperialize. Yeah, you know, like be the type of person that gives back to where you go, you know, be an ambassador of your own country. And you are literally like the diplomat. When you go, you're representing your country. You're Danish. You're Dutch. Danish. Yeah, I get them so confused every fucking time. Every time. Netherlands, Denmark, whatever. But Scandinavian, you know, you're representing Scandinavia. I'm representing America, you know, and whether we like it or not, that comes with a lot of Americans in Vietnam. That comes with a lot, you know?
Yeah, we'd rather be Danish. We didn't fuck them up. We didn't bomb them.
But other than that, well, you guys colonized some people.
We were actually the guys that made it cool. Think about, we invaded the British and colonized them before they colonized everybody else.
We're not going to talk about the Vikings either.
But yeah, okay. It's on us.
But other than our histories, which we weren't even a part of, but we roll in with when you're smiling at people, or you're tipping people, or you're gracious and you have gratitude, watch your whole attitude change. You know,
the guy that was serving us his food yesterday.
What about?
I gave him, I think it was like a 40K tip.
Yeah, you told me last night. Yeah, like, he lit up like a Christmas tree.
He was like, what? Like, give me his hand and everything. I think that made his whole night.
Yeah. Well,
he's probably over the moon still today.
Yeah, it's still not a part of the culture. Like in Vegas, it's tipping culture, you know, and here in Southeast Asia, they don't tip.
Tipping culture, but if you give me good service, and for me, it's like 40,000, like, Vietnamese dong is nothing. Yeah, I can't feel the difference.
It's $2.
Yeah,
it's $2.
It doesn't make a difference.
Less than $2 actually.
And if I can brighten somebody days up by giving him $2,
you give him his weekly salary.
I will do that every day. I'll give like here. If it's that little small amount, it doesn't impact my life negatively.
Somebody said a curse word. I don't know what they said. It blocked. They blocked curse words out here. I don't know what that was. It was in Vietnamese, but give, bro. That's what Thanksgiving's all about. Is giving more than what you already have, because you have enough. You know, a lot of people are doing that scarcity mentality where it's like, I don't have enough. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough time. My resources are limited. When you're an unlimited resource, so get on that Neville Goddard in the mornings. Like I said, get on him. I love his shit. He has a whole reverse thinking that most people don't get to see. But when you get in it, act as if everything's always working out for you, because it is. and go live your life because it's an adventure and it's worth living. The time that you have is a blessing. Use it wisely. Don't be the type of person that just goes, okay, everything has to be aligned, and unless it's alignment, I'm not going to do it. No, boldly go, bro, and see what you're made out of. See what the world's about, and then put your eyes on it. You ask me about my shit, and my mom always says, eyes on it, you know? You don't know this about me, but when I was a kid, I mean, like 5, 6 years old, 8 years old, right? A kid. And my mom's changing my little sister on the ground with the towel, you know, she's changing her diaper. And I go, Mom, where's my shoe? And she's like, Mark, if I find it, can I hit you with it? And I was like, I stood there and I was like, no, I'll try harder. You know what I mean? I weighed my options. And that attitude's been my attitude ever since I was a kid. Is just try harder, you know, try harder. Try to see what you're really made out of. Boldly go where you can go. See what's going to be the adventure of your life. And then you have lived a life instead of just mimicked a life or pretended to be or just be on your phone the whole time. No, you can actually be alive. And that's what I feel right now. I feel alive.
Come to Vietnam, you won't be on your phone walking in the street.
No.
You will be dead if you do.
Yeah, bro.
Survival of the fittest.
Yeah, trying to find you. I was not looking at my map, and that's why I missed it. I missed it by like 2 kilometers, but I was like, I'm alive.
Yeah. You have a little spreadsheet. You can check where am I, where's the next
Get under
turn?
a tree or behind a tree, yeah.
And then it's down with the phone in the pocket for the next 10 minutes, and then you can check again.
Stop fucking around and start living. That's my morning motivation. Shout out to Mass. Do you have an Instagram or something?
They can't.
You want to shout that one? Follow us at intersect.ai.
Yes.
There you go. And watch this journey go. We're all gonna go touch laptops and folk walk. We're meeting up tomorrow. Yeah, we're flying out tomorrow to the island. So definitely like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you follow. Yeah. Your first 24 hours, the next 24 hours. Damn. And then our other partner who he hasn't met, we're all gonna meet. We're gonna form like Voltron and do some things. So peace and love.
See you.
And as always, Chigaton. That means goodbye, but not for goodbye, but not forever and finish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. But the other side of your fear, the other side of your excuses, and the other side of the world, because that's where we'll be. Peace. Dude. Fuck yeah, man. Living life.
It was actually not that I don't want to share my Instagram.
No worries. No worries.
They
it's
can't
too
spell
long.
it like Masco South.